Oh, give me the glow where treasure lies. Financial dreams reaching for the skies.
A report from the New York Federal Reserve published back in April revealed that in the first quarter of 2024, total household debt reached a record high of more than $17 trillion, increasing by $184 billion, 1.1% from the previous quarter. This rise was mainly due to a $190 billion increase in mortgage balances, bringing the total to more than $12 trillion by the end of March. Auto policy balances also saw a slight increase of $9 billion, continuing their steady rise since 2020, now totaling more than $1 trillion. Conversely, credit card balances dropped by $14 billion to $1.1 trillion, still near a record high as consumers paid down their holiday season debts. The report highlighted a growing number of borrowers struggling with credit cards, student loan, and auto loan payments. By March, 3.2% of outstanding debt was delinquent, up from 3.1% in the previous quarter, but still below the pre-pandemic average of 4.7%. Serious delinquencies, where payments are over 90 days late, increased across all debt types. Credit card delinquencies continued to rise, reaching their highest level since 2012. This is especially concerning given the current high interest rates. The average credit card annual percentage rate, APR, is nearing 21%, near a record high according to Bankrate data. The previous record was 19% in July of 2021. High interest rates means that carrying debt can be very costly. For example, if you owe $5,000 on a credit card with the current APR, it would take about 277 months and nearly $8,000 in interest to pay off the debt by making minimum payments. Billionaire Jeffrey Gundlach, known as the Bond King, noted that the lifestyle adjustments made, possibly by past monetary policies, have led people to use credit cards more readily as government support waned. However, he and JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon both suggest that a recession is not certain. Dimon stated that while many believe there is a 70 to 80% chance of a soft landing, he thinks that the likelihood is closer to 35 to 40%. We aren't doing better on a national level. The Congressional Budget Office, CBO, predicts that the federal debt will reach 122% of GDP in a decade, surpassing America's fiscal position after World War II. The biggest expenses, defense, social safety net outlays, and large tax cuts without corresponding revenue increases will only become more expensive over time. This trajectory could be further worsened by a deep recession or serious military conflict. The most alarming aspect is that the U.S. national debt could hit $50 trillion by 2034, but the real figure will likely be even higher. This slow-motion economic disaster could be accelerated by political infighting or de-dollarization efforts among top emerging markets, causing global South countries to lose confidence in the U.S. The clearest example of disillusionment over U.S. fiscal policies is the pivot away from the U.S. dollar. Political polarization in Washington exacerbates the situation as the U.S. debt hits $35 trillion. Goldman Sachs economists are warning that the current fiscal path could push the debt to GDP ratio to a point where stabilizing it would require a historically rare fiscal surplus. Although conditions for fiscal consolidation exist in the U.S., there is little political momentum for deficit reduction. The outlook for U.S. fiscal sustainability has become more challenging over the last 5 years, with higher expected future interest rates worsening the debt to GDP ratio and real interest expenses as a share of GDP. Goldman's team estimates that the debt to GDP ratio will hit 130% by 2034, higher than the CBO's forecast of 122%. Historian Niall Ferguson draws parallels between America's debt trajectory and the collapse of the Soviet Union, noting the hubristic belief in Washington that massive deficits don't matter. He highlights a chronic soft budget constraint in the public sector and government intervention in investment decisions similar to the Soviet system. Despite promises of a productivity miracle from technology like AI, the annual average productivity growth in the U.S. non-farm business sector has been stuck at just 1.5% since 2007. Ferguson warns that while the U.S. economy might be envied worldwide today, experts once overrated the Soviet economy too. The CBO admits that the share of GDP going towards interest payments on the federal debt will increase to twice what Washington spends on national security by 2041. Rising debt costs will squeeze defense spending down from 3% of GDP now to about 2.3% in 30 years. Ferguson argues that this decline in defense spending makes no sense given growing threats from a new Chinese-led axis. He also notes political, social, and cultural resemblances between the U.S. and the USSR, such as gerontocratic leadership and declining health. American life expectancy has declined in the past decade, with rising deaths from overdoses, alcohol abuse, and obesity-related diseases. Nassim Nicholas Taleb is even more worried. He sees a U.S. debt spiral coupled with political dysfunction in Washington as a white swan risk in plain sight that could cost the U.S. its last AAA credit rating. Moody's warned last November that it might downgrade the U.S. following Fitch's downgrade to AA+ in August of 2023 amid partisan brawls over government funding. Standard & Poor's downgraded the U.S. 12 years ago for similar reasons. Taleb says that as long as Congress keeps extending the debt limit and making deals out of fear of doing the right thing, the U.S. will face a debt spiral. Political polarization makes fiscal reform unlikely. Former Treasury Secretary Robert Rubin warns that fiscal challenges are putting the economy in a terrible place, with higher interest rates just the beginning. Rubin, who earned his fiscal credentials in the early 1990s by balancing the U.S. budget under President Bill Clinton, worries that the 3 percentage point surge in longer-term U.S. yields is just the start. The fiscal outlook has darkened and inflation remains high. Rubin cautions that when markets are out of sync with reality, corrections are severe. The political climate on Capitol Hill leaves little hope that lawmakers can prevent catastrophe. Looking ahead, Rubin stresses the need to address both spending and taxes, but political divisions make this difficult. Republicans refuse to raise taxes while Democrats won't cut entitlements. Rubin concludes that it's unrealistic to expect Congress or the White House to tackle the deficit effectively. Betting on U.S. debt only rising to $50 trillion a decade from now is unsafe. The real figure could far exceed this, causing global market turmoil and encouraging global South nations to move away from the dollar. Gold will protect you. Gold is the one asset that has gone up or remained steady in almost every recession. That's why it remains the favorite hedge of central banks and millionaires. Noble Gold Investments has served many clients who are stacking up gold as part of their strategy for harder times. When traditional assets go down, gold will be the asset that you can count on because it holds its values. You can protect yourself too. Invest in gold now.
As an investor, understanding the threats to your financial future is not just useful, it's essential. I see a country on the verge of economic upheaval. We are facing 5 economic threats that could reshape our world. De-dollarization is the shrinking influence our dollar has on the economies of other countries. It's diminishing the value of your hard-earned money. Your crisis outcome isn't decided by your actions in the middle of the chaos. It's determined well before danger arrives. If the bank fails, you fail. We're witnessing generational theft. The power to protect your future is in your hands. Will you join us?
Welcome to our highlight report on why Noble Gold Investments is the best gold IRA company today. Welcome, I'm Wellington Ashford from GiveMeTheGold.com. Today we are featuring one of GiveMeTheGold.com's picks for the best gold IRA companies to do business with, Noble Gold Investments. Noble Gold Investments was founded in 2016. They are based in Encino, California, and their CEO is Colin Plume. Noble Gold Investments is a trusted and reputable gold provider. They feature an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They are highly rated for providing reliable and trustworthy services. Noble Gold has a 4.9 rating out of 5 stars from Google Reviews. Customers consistently give Noble Gold excellent reviews, showcasing their satisfaction. Noble Gold has been recognized by Forbes, Business Insider, Fox News, and Investopedia for their outstanding services, among others. Now, I would like to highlight something very important about Noble Gold Investments. They are transparent and low cost. This is a big distinguisher among Noble Gold when you put them side by side against some other Gold IRA companies. What exactly do I mean? Let's take a deeper dive and find out. 1. Lowest fees on bullion. Noble Gold offers the lowest fees on bullion without excessive markups, ensuring clients get the most value. Bullion gives you the biggest bang for the buck in gold, whether you are setting up an IRA, rollover, or a cash purchase. 2. Noble Gold does not offer collectible or premium coins. Did you realize some other gold companies can be offering these types of coins for as high as 50 to 80% markup to the investor? This can be a costly mistake to a retirement plan. Noble Gold does not offer this type of investment, only bullion with minimal markups, so you have the best gold investment bang for the buck. Noble Gold Investments is an all-in-one gold IRA company. They do everything in-house, from setting up your gold IRA to ensuring its secure storage. Now, more about that secure storage. Now, unique among other gold IRA companies is Noble Gold's exclusive Texas storage option, which offers a great peace of mind for you to protect your investment outside of the big financial system. Other storage locations are also available in the USA, as well as an option of storage in Canada. Noble Gold Investments provides a client-centered approach to doing business. First and foremost, they pride themselves on their non-pushy sales team that focuses on educating and supporting their clients, rather than aggressive sales tactics. They also excel at their white glove service. Specializing in retirement accounts, Noble Gold offers a white glove service, providing personalized hands-on assistance for every client.
As an investor, understanding the threats to your financial future is not just useful, it's essential. I see a country on the verge of economic upheaval. We are facing 5 economic threats that could reshape our world. De-dollarization is the shrinking influence our dollar has on the economies of other countries. It's diminishing the value of your hard-earned money. Your crisis outcome isn't decided by your actions in the middle of the chaos. It's determined well before danger arrives. If the bank fails, you fail. We're witnessing generational theft. The power to protect your future is in your hands. Will you join us?